We will all die from Ebola here. The outbreak is gripping camps in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, and the story takes us straight into the heart of its crisis. In Ituri province, 1 million Congolese people have fled violence and now live in overcrowded tents. They have little clean water, limited sanitation, and a frighteningly high risk of catching the Ebola virus. The numbers are staggering. Officially, the Health Ministry reports 2,423 confirmed Ebola cases and 967 confirmed deaths. The World Health Organization says the true toll could be 2 to 4 times higher. That means potentially thousands more people lost in days that should have been normal. In the past month alone, 19 people died in the Kaganzi camp, 4 of them within just 24 hours. The families were told they had to bury the bodies themselves because the morgue workers were too busy. What makes the situation so dire is that most new infections are happening outside known contact lists. Over 80% of new cases in eastern Congo are being detected in communities that otherwise have no prior connections to the virus, according to WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. Those communities are often the very same displaced camps. These camps were not designed for epidemic containment. They are built on a principle of sheer density, with a single water tank feeding thousands of residents. Take Kaganzi Camp, home to 20,000 people. Hydration is a daily string of usings, with red containers waiting their turn at a handful of communal spigots. Sir Camp, located just outside the provincial capital of Bunia, has more than 6,400 people sharing a single water tank. The turnouts for water mean that simple actions like washing hands frequently are a luxury, not a habit. In addition, latrines overflow with feces because they have not been maintained since their construction in 2023. This lack of basic hygiene infrastructure is a cornerstone in curbing the spread of the disease. The challenges are compounded by strikes by unpaid health workers and attacks on treatment centers. The mobile nature of these populations, coupled with a fragile health supply chain, makes contact tracing nearly impossible. The misplaced urgency to prevent the spread often outruns the available personnel and equipment. You might wonder how a viral outbreak could be managed in a place like this, where the basic trinity of public health, clean water, isolation, and treatment, are compromised. It is a heartbreaking conundrum because, in theory, Ebola is most easily stopped when communities can wash hands, isolate symptomatic people in treatment centers, and receive early treatment. Yet here those foundations are missing. The response from aid agencies has been steady, with an influx of humanitarian workers since the outbreak's official declaration in May. But the scale of the crisis far outpaces the aid, and progress remains painfully slow. The story from the ground, shared by reporters who spent 2 weeks in Ituri, highlights that the virus moves quickly through the tight space and the disjointed support systems in these camps. The human cost is on an already tragic scale. Families call upon relief workers for help, yet the sheer size and complexity of the situation means some need to resort to their own means for grief and burial. The next steps involve widespread deployment of medical supplies, expansion of water infrastructure, and a robust plan to protect displaced populations. In closing, the outbreak in Congo serves as a stark reminder of how health infrastructure, climate, and conflict intersect. Our hope is that this information will lead to increased international attention and a renewed commitment to support those living 4 miles away from the world's knowledge base. Thank you for listening, and please consider supporting displaced populations in the fight against Ebola.